My name is Rob Painter, and it is my sincere privilege as one of the 9 trustees who comprise the Board of Education for Greater Victoria School District to convey the board's congratulations to the graduating class on this night. So clearly tonight is a time to celebrate. It's a rite of passage of sorts, marking that really big start into your fully adult lives. It's also time for retrospection, an opportunity to look back to consider the path you have followed for the past 13 years. And yeah, you need to include kindergarten, because apparently that's where all the really important learning occurs. Just in consideration of that journey that you've taken up until now, there have been many people along the way who played some key roles, and I'd like to take a moment to recognize their contributions. So to the parents and caregivers in the audience, for all the lunches you've made, for all the help you provided the night before an assignment was due, for the time spent driving to sports and other activities, for the time sitting on uncomfortable bleachers for band performances. Thank you. Thank you for guiding, nurturing, and advocating for these young men and women. To the teachers, for all those evenings and weekends spent preparing and marking and coaching, for providing a safe and welcoming environment, and for giving your encouragement to explore and create. Thank you for your commitment to this great profession. To the school administrators, office staff, EAs, custodians, and others who worked often in the background to keep the school running and the process flowing, thank you for keeping the wheels turning. And to the district staff, most of whom you won't have met, but have been there all along, installing tech packages, maintaining schools, boilers, and grounds, balancing the budget on a very thin margin, and supporting your work in the classroom. I'd like to say thank you to them as well. And to the friends of our students here tonight, for being a supportive shoulder and a keeper of secrets, and a partner in crime, although hopefully not real crime. Thank you. And congratulations and thank you as well, graduating class. For some of you, tomorrow might not feel like your world has turned, but the truth is that is what's just happened. From here on, you're going to be making your own decisions, charting your own course. It can be exciting, also a little intimidating. Thankfully, you'll still have parents and caregivers and possibly older siblings at hand who may surprise you with what they know and what they've experienced. Don't be afraid to call on them. Now, I'll be the first to admit that I don't remember a single thing anyone said the night of my grad ceremonies, so I'm not going to hold you to it. But if I could recall, I'd hope someone might have suggested a few of the following. First, it's okay if you haven't got everything figured out. There's plenty of time. When you are figuring things out, find out what your passions are and pursue them. Now, they may not turn out to be your life's work, but the time you spend on them will be a source of satisfaction your entire life. I'm a planner, so forgive me, but make a plan of what you want to do in life. And it's okay if it stays in draft or you end up throwing it out and making a new one. The challenge is that life has a way of distracting us with hundreds of everyday things. If you don't have something to guide you, it's easy to get stuck in the routine of day-to-day living and lose sight of the bigger picture. Here's my favorite. Dream big and take risks. The smart risks, not the careless life and limb types. There's a frequently quoted poem, at least this time of year, includes the lines, "Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. And to accomplish great things, you have to be prepared to take big risks. So be brave when you're moving out there." Read, think, and learn. Ours is a knowledge economy. You've jumped through hoops, and some of you are thinking, "I'm never cracking a book again." But take the chance to learn some new skill or gain some insight whenever you have the opportunity. If nothing else, it'll keep you young. Think about what's important to you and stand up for what you believe in. Participate in your community. And finally, as a politician, vote. You may get a chance sooner than you think. So why let society be run according to someone else's priorities? Your opinion matters. So that's more than enough for now. I wish you every success in the world. You've already achieved a great deal just to get to where you are today. And I have no doubt that you'll have many accomplishments in the years to come. You are quite literally our collective future. And from where I'm standing, the future's looking pretty good. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Painter. Artfully done. Next will be a message from School District 61. Mr. Greg Kitchen will provide us with some food for thought.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, honored guests and graduates. I'm pleased to be here this evening to bring greetings from the school district. Graduation is an exciting time. It's a time for each of you to reflect upon your individual achievements and be proud. Graduation is also a time that we give advice to our grads. I have 3 suggestions. First, this is a repeating theme, find your passion. I believe that your school experience has presented you with lots of opportunities to explore your passions and life opportunities. Find something in life you enjoy doing and do it well. If you love what you do, you will never work another day in your life. Second, accept the things that you cannot change. While you may not always be able to control the bumps in the road and disappointments in life, you can control these things and how they affect you. Never quit, never give up. Make the best of the situation and move forward. Often there are new opportunities when things do not initially go your way. You just need to look for them and remain positive. Mark Twain said, "Happy is he who forgets or ignores what cannot be changed." My last suggestion, always take time to appreciate family and friends and the community around you. Most of us could not achieve what we've done without the support of others. Give thanks. Each year in May, the Indianapolis Motor Speedway hosts the Indy 500 car race. This is a very famous race. It's a long race with lots of drama, ups and downs, perhaps not unlike life. At the start of the race, the drivers have high hopes, much like you do this evening as you ponder your future. At the start of the race, they are fresh, they have new tires, their tank is full of gas, they're optimistic and look forward to the race. Again, not unlike your future. At the start of the race, they're shown a green flag. The race is off, their future is before them. But during the race, like during your journey, they will encounter challenges. They may be shown a blue flag, which means they're being lapped by a faster car and may be unable to stay on the lead lap. They need to move over and let others take the lead. But things will change and opportunity will come later. They may be shown a yellow flag, which means they need to use caution and watch out for others who are struggling or who have crashed. They need to show care and understanding of others, but not lose sight of their own goals. Not unlike your future. At the end of the race, we all know what they're shown. They're shown the famous checkered flag. Time to celebrate their success. They finished the race. And some of you may feel that graduation is a checkered flag event, but I don't think of Grad as a checkered flag event. It's not the finish line. It's just the beginning. Graduation is a green flag event as you are now ready for your journey. You are ready to go out there and achieve whatever you desire. So graduates, start your engines. Good luck in your journey as you head out into the big world. Please give thanks to your parents and family, as well as this community, for the support you've received. I believe that each of you is capable of achieving whatever you desire. In closing, I'd like to congratulate you again on achieving what you've done and wish you the best of luck in a very bright future. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Kitchen. We will be feasting on that message for a long time. Our next speaker with a welcome from the District of Saanich is Mayor Richard Atwell.
Great. Thank you. No joke about my name. It is at the well, of course. Okay, grad class of 2017, congratulations, you did it. You're about to take on the world, but before you go out there to leave your stamp on it, let me share with you a few words of encouragement, and let me share some advice that has helped me that I hope you will take to heart and carry with you. Number one, stay true to yourself. They say that imitation is the sincerest form of flattery, but in this internet world of Me Too, it is more important than ever to retain your individuality. It is your individuality that defines you and what attracts you to others. Don't try to live up to the standards of others. Set your own and set them high. Reach for the stars. Make life's journey your own and stay true to yourself. Number two, never lose sight of your goals and your dreams. You must hold on tight to your dreams. Never let them slip away. It's never too late to realize them. It's actually the prospect of the future that helps to root us in the present, giving us the drive and focus in our lives. Continually strive to set goals for yourself and to better yourself. Number three, and you're not going to like hearing this one, learning is a lifelong pursuit. For each of you graduating today, learning has actually really only just begun. I strongly encourage you to tap into the deep well of knowledge of others, whether it be family, friends, and if you're lucky, a mentor. There's so much in the world that is unwritten and unrecorded, and it's through these relationships that we often learn the most valuable lessons. And now ask yourself, how will you pass along what you've learned? Number four, stay involved in your community. I encourage you to seize upon opportunities that will make your community a better place to live. Wherever you live, volunteer your time and your energy. Make the community your own, personalize it, and leave your stamp on it. Hand down something for others to build upon as they have handed it down to you. And participate in democracy and vote. Keep it vibrant. It is so important. Lastly, try and try again. If you want to be inspired by someone who didn't quit, you have to look no further than Abraham Lincoln. He was one of the greatest examples of persistence in history. He was born into poverty. He was faced with defeat throughout his life. He lost 8 elections. He failed twice in business. He even suffered a nervous breakdown. And he could have quit on many occasions, but he didn't. And because he didn't quit, he became one of the greatest U.S. presidents in history. Lincoln was a champion first and foremost because he never gave up. So graduates, when you don't get that dream job on the first try, when life seems more challenging than you originally thought, or when you don't succeed on the first try, never give up. Be persistent. Persevere. And one final piece of advice, which is maybe the most important. Always take the time to celebrate your successes and victories, no matter how small. You will cherish those moments long after they have passed, so don't let them pass you by. Live life to the fullest. So in closing, as mayor, I'm honored to be with you here today to share in this experience as you graduate from one of Saanich's finest schools. Each one of you are the future, and I wish you great success in everything you do. All the best, class of 2017. Now, before I go, I have a gift of 2 books for the Mount Doug Library that I'd like to give to the principal. The first book is Roadmap. It's a very popular bestseller, and there's also a history book on Saanich that I'm very happy to donate to the library.
Thank you, Mayor Atwell. And now, without further ado, except from him, a man we all look up to, our principal, Mr. Sean Boulding.
Ladies and gentlemen, parents and friends, teachers and honored guests, what a wonderful evening and an incredible place to celebrate the achievements of an outstanding group of young women and men. Welcome to the 85th recognition ceremony of Mount Douglas Secondary School. It is my honor to introduce you to the graduating class of 2017. Congratulations to each and every one of you. Absolutely. Graduates, before we celebrate all that you have done, let us also honor the work of all those who have helped you reach this moment in time. So please take the time to acknowledge your parents, loved ones, friends, and teachers who have helped you reach this milestone in your life. Parents, thank you for sharing your children with us. It has been a distinct honor and pleasure. This morning I was talking to a colleague offering congratulations as her daughter is graduating. We'll be walking across this stage in a short while, and had brief insight as to what this day means for parents. Sure, there's the obvious excitement of this wonderful occasion, but as important is the idea that these kids, in the words of my colleague, are moving on. It dawned on me the impact of these words and how over the next few months, this will impact families. Sure, we all have those moments where we'd like to open the door and support them in moving on. But for the most part, our kids have achieved amazing things, and now life's path may be taking them away from home. Please rest assured these graduates before you have achieved the skills, knowledge, and independence to be successful in whatever journey takes them. To the graduates, those closest to me find great humor in the idea that I'm responsible to pass on words of wisdom as you move on to the next stages of your lives. For I am the perfect example of one who stumbled and fumbled my way through adulthood, or to adulthood, and eventually a career as an educator. I always had great admiration for those who always knew the career they wanted to achieve. For many of you tonight, you have your career goal in sight, have achieved the high school courses and grades to make it to the next chapter in your lives. However, many of you, like I, still look ahead with uncertainty, and there can be great pressure in that. I want to tell you that that is okay. Sure, it would be wonderful to have it all figured out, but seldom does life take a linear path to a defined single destination. Please remember that for all of you, that the meandering we do all brings experiences that shape you, who you are and the future ahead of you. Now as principal, I too have all these words of wisdom to give to you. And there's great irony in the fact that we're giving you all these words of advice at arguably the age in life that you're least open to taking that advice. But I might get to test you before the year's over, so you better remember these things. You are the most recent graduating class of millennials. Yes, we have a definition of you. You are a generation that wants to have impact on the world around you. You seek purpose, you are engaged in the world around you, and you're very, very tech savvy. Given this, my hope for you is that you slow down and be present in the moment. With all the wonderful attributes you millennials have, you are also seen as impatient. Looking for instant gratification is often achieved through that electronic multifunctional device that is likely in your pocket or purse right now. This instant gratification is witnessed every day by all of us. News, weather, sports, information is at your fingertips. Video games, you need to buy something, a quick search and Amazon is delivering it the next day. Want to see a movie? Why wait to go to the theater and you can download it in mere seconds. Everything you want is instantaneous with instant gratification. Please, slow down. There's no app for life satisfaction and strength of relationships. There are slow and often messy processes to achieving these. Too often we stand at the foot of a mountain and the ultimate goal of achieving the summit, but what we don't see is the mountain or the route to achieve the goal. Be patient. The things that really matter, self-confidence, love of life, relationships, joy, and love, all take time. The overall journey is arduous, long, and difficult, and if you don't ask for help and learn that skill set, you may just likely fall off that mountain. Take the time to build and foster authentic relationships, and these will support you through life's journey. The next thing I want you to remember is to live in the moment. Sure, it's important to remember where you've come from and have goals and ambitions as you look forward, but please, take the time to attend to the moment and to treat each day as a gift. One of the most memorable speeches I've heard was from a college basketball coach back in 1993, Jim Valvano. Coach V spoke that we should all strive for 3 things each and every day. First, laughter. We should laugh every day. Second, you should think. Every day you should spend time in thought and reflection. Third, that each day you allow your emotions to move you near or at tears. If you can say that each day you laugh, you think, and you cry, it's a pretty full day. And if you can string that together for a week or a lifetime, I believe you'll have an incredibly special life ahead of you. I want to take a moment and thank each of our graduating students. Over the past 4 years, I have the privilege to watch you learn and to grow into the wonderful individuals you are today. I have seen your academic accomplishments, been in awe of your countless hours of volunteerism, had the opportunity to watch you dance, sing, perform, and compete. Every day you have filled my life with laughter, caused me to think and reflect, and often brought tears to my eyes through the pride in your accomplishments. We as the Mount Douglas community have all had a hand in each of your success. Students, as you prepare to leave the formal structures of our community, we ask that you remember us. Keep us in mind as you read about our successes and challenges in the media. Consider coming back to Mount Douglas sometime in the future as a coach, mentor, guest speaker, alumni, or simply just to say hello. Come to see our musical, our band and strings concert, or our teams in competition. As you make a shift into your new role in your community, let's agree to remember each other with kindness and compassion, with mutual interest and support. With the technology out there, find a way to keep in touch with your school. In closing, I would like to say a special thank you to Mrs. Donna Parkinson and the members of the Grad Leadership Council and Mr. Kidd for their work this year for Grad events, and especially for putting together all the details of our ceremony this evening. I would like to thank our Mount Douglas staff, many of whom are in the front row here this morning. Is the most professional group I've ever had the honor of working with. And finally, I would like to thank all of you parents who have entrusted us with your sons and daughters. It is a pleasure for me to get to know them and some of you over the past few years. To the graduating class of 2017, be careful, be safe, take care of each other as you always have, enjoy yourselves. Thank you for being part of the wonderful history of Mount Douglas High School. Congratulations.
Thank you, Mr. Bolding. And now for a moment, a long, long moment, 13 years in the making, the presentation of the Mount Douglas graduating class of 2017. What a nice group. Yo, my grads.
Each grad will be called up individually. A personal message will be read as the grad crosses the stage. When the grad stops to shake Mr. Bolding's hand, you will have the opportunity to take a photograph.
We ask that you please hold your applause till the final grad has been presented.
Hayder Abrar. Hayder will attend the Accounting and Finance program at Camosun College in September. His proudest achievement was placing first in BC's accounting competition. He won a cash prize of $1,500. Hayder would like to thank his friends, family, and teachers for their support.
Joanne Shen. Joanne has had a great 4 years at Mount Doug. She would like to thank all her family, friends, and teachers for the continuous love and support for shaping her into the person she is today. She wishes the best for all the grads and all their future endeavors.
Anaf Ahmed. It has been a stressful 4 years. Anaf would like to thank his and his 4.5-year-old brother for being adorable and providing stress-relieving hugs for these last 4 years. Anaf wonders if his brother will mention this in 13 years at his ceremony. That would be pretty cool.
Oya Shen. Oya won't forget all the happiness friends, teachers, and family have given to him. He would also like to thank all the yearbook staff who together created most cherished memories for him. He wishes all the grads not only okay, but also oh yeah.
Subin An. Subin would like to thank his family and teachers for all of their support. Subin would also like to wish all of his fellow grads success and happiness in the future.
Caleb Chicano. Caleb couldn't think of anything witty to say, so he would like to thank his friends for the best banter and Julie Sparks for being a great role model to his peers and the younger students at Mount Doug. Caleb also hopes to one day own a car faster than Gavin Ho's Mitsubishi Evo.
Kendra Armstrong. Kendra will be taking a gap year before enrolling at the Aveda Institute in Victoria. She would like to thank her mom and dad for the endless support and encouragement to be the first one in her family to graduate. Kendra wishes the grads success in their future journeys.
Prathusha Shator. Prathusha would like to thank all her teachers who always supported her, as well as her friends who were friendly and warm during her first 2 years in Canada after moving from India. She would also like to thank her family for encouraging her to pursue her interests.
Arisa Arnaz. Arisa is going to be studying in biochemistry before transferring to an immunology major later in her courses. She's thankful for her friends and family for supporting her and is looking forward to her post-secondary life.
Sparky Choi. Sparky has failed to get into Harvard like he promised his parents when he asked them to send him to Canada 4 years ago. He would like to thank his friends for distracting him from time to time, leaving him with blank spots on his resume and some unforgettable moments.
Shakrit Asawa Siri Sakunchai. Shakrit would like to thank his family, friends, and teachers for all the help over the past 3 years.
Yulisha Chung. Yulisha will be traveling after graduation before attending UVic to study in the sciences. She would like to thank her friends and family for their continued support.
Isabel Aselbora. Isabel would like to thank all of her friends and family for the unforgettable memories they've shared and for the endless support they've given her throughout high school.
Juanita Cordova. Juanita has had a very interesting 4 years at Mount Doug. She would like to thank her family and friends for putting up with her during her shenanigans. She will be continuing her studies at the University of Alberta. Juanita wishes the best of luck to all the other grads.
Sharon Averbach. Sharon would like to thank her closest friends for keeping her grounded these past 4 years, and her parents for believing that she could accomplish anything along the way. She hopes to travel as much of the world as she can before graduating from UVic.
Dion Devlin. Dion would like to thank her parents for moving the family to Canada, her friends for providing endless laughs over the years, and the Canadian government for failing to notice the craziness before granting them citizenship. Oh, Canada, there's no getting rid of us now.
Megan Backup. Megan would like to thank her parents, sister, and grandparents for always supporting her. Without them, she would not be the person she is today. Megan has plans to attend university in the fall with the dream of winning the lottery, dropping out, and traveling the world.
Pavan Desi. Pavan would like to thank her teachers, family, and especially her friends for the support they provided her throughout high school. She will be attending the University of Victoria in September before transferring to the UBC's Faculty of Medicine.
Jovan Baidwan. Jovan is looking forward to studying business in the fall. He would like to thank his family for supporting him through everything and encouraging him to always do his best.
Zachary Dillon. Zach is off to a job at BC Transit. He will miss the easy days of high school, his friends and teachers. He would like to thank his family for their support and for putting up with him. He would also like to thank Miss Bowker, Miss Ibrahim, Mr. Sprague, and Miss Dukes for all their help.
Simran Baines. Although she only attended Mount Doug for 1 year, she felt as if it was her second home. She'll miss the positive and supportive atmosphere at school. Next year, she will be studying health sciences at UVic.
Mark Dosso. Mark would like to say thanks to his family and friends for all the support they have given him. He is attending UVic next year to study computer science.
Baran Balaban. Baran would like to thank his parents for everything, as well as the ISP staff at Mount Doug and Uplands. He will become a pilot in the future and has already started the journey by flying gliders. Baran wishes the best to all 2017 grads.
Charity Doug Barty. Charity wishes to thank her friends, teammates, coaches, and mentors. Charity would also like to thank her family for their loving support and patience through all her monkey business, late night study sessions, and especially during the fiasco of teaching her how to drive.
Renata Baldwin. Renata would like to thank her teachers and family for all their support, her coaches for some fantastic volleyball seasons, and her teammates and friends for being so amazing these past 4 years at Mount Doug. To her brother Colin, Renata would like to say, "You're welcome."
Jonathan Eby. Over 4 years, John found that Mount Doug became a lot smaller. He would like to thank the great teachers, his friends and parents for all their support. And now, if you'll excuse him, he feels he should go do some homework.
And Vitha Banur. And Vitha would like to thank her family and teachers for all of their support. And Vitha would also like to wish all of her fellow grads success and happiness in the future.
Keenan Ems. Keenan would like to thank his family and teachers for supporting him all these years. It's been quite a ride.
Finn Barker. Finn would like to thank his friends and family for supporting him throughout high school and giving him the freedom to pursue his interests.
Shannon Pham. Shannon would like to give a shout out to her friends and her mother as they made her into who she is today. She loves them all.
Frankie Berardino. Frankie has been an involved member of our school. She was the Minister of Foreign Affairs on the Student Council and the captain of the senior badminton team. After high school, Frankie plans to study dietetics at UBC and further become a physiotherapist. She'd like to thank her family for always supporting her.
Kevin Feng. From the bottom of his heart, Kevin would like to thank his parents for their unconditional love and support. He is also endlessly grateful for his friends, coaches, and teachers who inspired him in and out of the classroom to strive, to seek, to find, and not to yield.
B. Bhavan B would like to thank her parents, host family, teachers, and friends for making unforgettable memories and the support they have given her. It has been a remarkable experience for her throughout these years, and she will never forget her second home.
Lindsay Frederickson. Although she hopes otherwise, she will likely be remembered as piping up in class with the first and mostly wrong answers that came to mind. Lindsay would like to thank all her incredible teachers and classmates for encouraging her and making high school a great experience.
Riley Brooks. Riley has enjoyed her last 4 years at Mount Doug and would like to thank her amazing family, friends, and teachers for the continued support. She appreciates everyone who has made her laugh and pushed her to do her best throughout her high school experience.
Nicholas Frost. Nicholas will be pursuing a career in the electrical trades. He would like to give a special thanks to his mom, especially for being the #1 person he looks up to.
Apple Kai. Apple will always remember the enjoyable 4 years she spent at Mount Doug. She appreciates her friends being there for while she was suffering and wants to thank her sister for always standing by her side. She wishes the grads luck in all their future endeavors.
Chelsea Fung. Chelsea would like to thank the internet, her friends, and her family for their support throughout high school.
Devin Carmichael. Devin would like to thank her teachers and friends for supporting her and pushing her to do her best in all aspects of her life. She also thanks her family for everything they have done over the 13 long years leading to this moment.
Colin Gall. Colin would like to thank his family and teachers for all of their support. Colin would also like to wish all of his fellow grads success and happiness in the future.
Mia Carter. Mia would like to pursue a career involving the development of young children, which she will work towards starting at Camosun in September. She'd like to thank her family and friends, and a huge thank you to her dad for the lunch money and the best childhood ever.
Carmela Garzon. Carmela can't believe that 1 year has already passed. She now has to go back to Italy and attend another year of high school. However, the time she spent here will always represent a precious memory, and she will never forget all the people who supported her in her journey.
Jiu Stella Chang. Stella had a terrific years at Mount Doug, and she'd like to thank her friends and teachers who supported her throughout the years. Special thanks to her parents who came all the way here from Korea to see her graduate and who have always been there for her.
Regina Gashi. Although Dina has only been at Mount Doug for 2 years, she will greatly miss all the amazing people she has met as she moves into UVic next year. She would also like to thank her family, friends, and especially her father for her inspiring her every day. Oh, and caffeine.
Benjamin Charlton. Ben would like to thank his teachers, parents, and friends for supporting him throughout his time at Mount Doug. He also wants to give a special shout out to Mr. Sprague, Miss Parkinson, Mr. McMillan, aka Mac Daddy. You guys are the best teachers anyone could ever ask for.
Jose Salazar Gomez. Jose would like to thank his family, his friends, and his girlfriend Yuzu for all their support, because without them, he wouldn't be wearing this crown today. Jose wishes you all the best, and he hopes all of your dreams come true.
Chelsea Chen. The time Chelsea has spent here was always in Fast Forward. She thanks all the people who helped and supported her throughout this journey. Knowing that there is no such thing as reverse, she looks forward to her journeys in the future.
Huzaifa Gondal. Huzaifa arrived at Mount Doug 3 years ago and appreciated how welcome everyone made him feel. He would like to thank his friends and his parents and sisters for always pushing him to do his best.
Albert Gorenstein. Albert is proud to have graduated and appreciates all the help the teachers gave him while going through high school. Thank you very much.
Jada Gordon. Jade is excited to travel with her horse riding coach for the summer, being a student worker. Her long-term goals are at Olds College in Calgary and continuing her career in horse riding. She would like to thank her family for supporting her dreams.
Daniel Guan. Daniel would like to thank his family and friends for the support they have given him. He won't forget the fun days at Mount Doug and having lunch in room 212. Daniel has been inspired by music during his high school life. His life quote is, "I am a star. How could I not shine?"
Sarah Jane. Sarah would like to thank her friends, family, coaches, doctors, and teachers for their unconditional love and support, even when she was so clueless she didn't know where the eyes were. She would like to wish the rest of Grad 2017 the best in the future.
Kuze Goral. Kuze would like to thank his family for everything they do for him. They are living far away from here, but they are supporting him every day from Turkey. Also, he would like to thank his friends and the Turnbull family for always supporting him. Time to leave Mount Doug. See you, Victoria.
Lily Jang. Lily arrived at Mount Doug 3 years ago and appreciated how welcoming everyone is. She wants to thank her parents and friends who always have her back. Peace out, Mount Doug.
Zhao Bao. Bao came to Mount Doug 3 years ago from Ho Chi Minh City, Vietnam. He would like to thank his teachers and friends for all the support. His dream is to be an astronaut. If his dream comes true, he promises to name his spaceship the one and only name, Rambo.
Colin Jin. Colin has attended Mount Doug since grade 9 and has appreciated how welcome everyone has made him feel. He would like to thank his parents and sisters for always pushing him to do his best.
Jenny Han. Jenny would like to thank her friends for being occasionally decent. She'd also like to thank her family for providing her with so much. Lastly, she'd like to thank her fridge for giving her something to look forward to each day and getting her out of bed when no one else could.
Tajveer Johal. Tajveer would like to thank his family and teachers for all of their support. Tajveer would also like to wish all of his fellow grads success and happiness in the future.
Hannah Henry. Hannah plans to attend Arizona State University in the fall, where she will study business and continue her training as a triathlete. She would like to thank her friends and family for their support.
Colin Johnson. Colin would like to thank his family and mentors for their constant generosity. He would also like to thank his friends for putting up with all the antics and for keeping him humble. Colin will be attending UVic in September to do something pretty cool.
Connor Hickton. Connor's interest in technology is inspiring him to find a career in computer programming. He would like to thank his parents for supporting him, as well as a tech support worker named Jordan, who helped spark his passion for computers over 4 years ago.
Gavin Johnson. Everybody has a different definition of what a saint is, but Gavin does not fit one of those definitions. He is not perfect, and he knows this. He makes mistakes and tries to make up for them. He is thankful to all of his teachers that bared with him for 4 years. He could not have done this alone.
David Hebert. David is graduating. David hasn't always been graduating, nor does he plan to continue graduating for much longer. David is dressed in an atypical fashion. He doesn't always dress this way.
Mark Johnston. Mark had a successful time in the cadet program the past 5 years while receiving training in places like the Rocky Mountain and Vernon Training Centers and BC's provincial honor bands. Mark loved his time at Mount Doug and appreciates his friends and family's support.
Gavin Ho. After graduating, Gavin will be attending the Faculty of Engineering at UVic in hopes of one day moving to New York City as a civil engineer. He would like to thank his parents and Mrs. Parkinson for all the support they have provided throughout his high school experience.
Khan Kanja. Khan came to Mount Douglas 2 years ago, and since then he's made friendships for a lifetime and had many new experiences. He would like to thank his parents for the amazing opportunity that they gave him and his friends for being there for him for this amazing journey.
Tyrese Hope. Tyrese would like to thank his mother for always being supportive and understanding with all his decisions, his football coaches for their guidance and time, and a special thank you to Mrs. Ibrahim for her continuous help and positive attitude that got him here today.
Nishal Karki. Nishal would like to thank his family and teachers for all of their support. Nishal would also like to wish all of his fellow grads success and happiness in the future.
Ashlyn Hollenbeck. Ashlyn would like to thank her family who has helped her get through the last 4 years, but especially her few close friends who have stood by her through the many difficulties she has faced.
Sia Keshup. Sia has had an exceptional time these past 4 years at Mount Douglas Secondary. She would like to give many thanks to her friends and family for the best of memories and her teachers for always being there for her.
Jason Ho. Jason will major in business at university. Also, he would like to thank his friends and parents for pushing him to do his best.
Stephen Kiernan. Stephen would like to be remembered for his legendary curling career and would like to thank Mr. Newell for believing in his dynamic abilities as a skip and as a sweeper. Stephen hopes that the present and future Mount Doug students carry on his curling legacy.
Hao-Wei Huang. Although Hao-Wei thinks of Victoria as a city located on a deserted island, he's glad to have met awesome friends and teachers at Mount Doug. He is thankful to everyone who contributed to his success, and without his family's support, he couldn't have made it through.
Victoria Kidd. Victoria would like to thank those who supported her through the good and bad times of high school. She would especially like to thank Miss Dukes, Miss Lindsay, and her mother for pushing her to do the best she could and reminding her to take things one day at a time.
Shen-Yan Yuang. Shen-Yang would like to thank all the staff at Mount Doug who provided her both opportunities and challenges that inspired her during her school years. She would also like to thank her family and friends who enabled her to enjoy a balanced lifestyle. Shen-Yan will continuously pursue her passion in science.
Graham Coe. Graham has thoroughly enjoyed his time at Mount Doug when he was not in France, England, or Whistler with his fellow classmates. He thanks all his teachers, supportive family members, and beloved friends who have helped to make his high school years unforgettable and amazing.
Noel Hutchinson. From the moment Noel walked in the front doors of Mount Doug in grade 9 to when he will soon be walking out those same doors for the last time, he has made many memories and just as many amazing friends. Noel's experiences here will not be easy to forget.
Alec Crossu. Alec's 4 years of memories at Mount Doug will be ones of great friends and great teachers. He will remember the plastic jeeps of Mr. Green's English video projects and the Canada-wide science fair. He looks forward to using his robotics skills to engineer his future.
Martina Iacono. In September, Martina will be attending medical school at the University of Milan, Italy. Her dream is to become a surgeon, and she is willing to do whatever it takes to realize that. Martina would like to thank her parents and her friends for all the support they have always given her.
Megan Craypole. Megan is moving on to study biochemistry at the University of Victoria and eventually medicine. She will continue to be actively involved in her volunteer work and martial arts.
Amber Eichel. Amber would like to thank her valued friends and the Challenge program for allowing her to come out of her shell. She hopes to keep exploring and creating for many years to come.
Ronald Kwang. Ronald enjoyed his days at Mount Doug and would like to thank his family, friends, and teachers for supporting him to achieve his full potential. He will be pursuing his passion for a career in civil engineering at the University of Toronto.
Tai Chi Imayo. Tai Chi came to Canada 3 years ago and got so many lucky things given to him. He had lots of great experiences that he could not have had if he was in his home country, Japan.
Christine Kuhn. Christine would like to thank her teachers for supporting her, in particular, Mr. Dixon, Miss Hill, and Miss Bailey, and a huge thank you to her parents in Korea. She misses them very much. Studying in Canada has been an amazing experience, and she will never forget you guys.
Christopher Imhoff. Christopher would like to firstly thank his parents for always being there when he needed them, and secondly, thank his friends for making these past 4 years absolutely crazy. Mount Doug will always be a memorable experience.
Yuzu Kuroda. Special thanks to Chino and Jose. Yuzu has no words to acknowledge the sacrifices you made, just to give Yuzu a shot at achieving graduation.
Carson Ingram. Carson has started the electrician's program at Camosun College and plans to continue for the next 4 years. His hope is to eventually become wealthy enough to be a professional traveler. He would like to thank his family, teachers, and friends who supported him.
Matthew LaCharity. Matthew is happy to graduate and move on with his life.
Richard Innes McDonald. Richard would like to thank all his teachers that have helped him, even when the work is stacked. He will never forget the friendships he has formed at Mount Doug. Enjoy life.
Dana Lamb. Dana wishes everyone the best of luck for the future. She urges that everybody should strive to do their best and to achieve their goals. She will remember the good times with all her past and present friends, and she appreciates all of the time and dedication available to her.
Jessica Irvine. Jessica would like to thank her friends and family for supporting her through everything these past 4 years. After figuring out what she wants to do with her life, she hopes to travel the world.
Sabrina Lamb. Sabrina would like to thank her teachers and friends for their endless humor and support over the years. And a big thank you to her parents for their unconditional love. A huge shout out to Sabrina's mom. She would not have survived high school without her mom's amazing food.
Yamini Iyer. Yamini would like to thank her peers and teachers at Mount Doug for helping her achieve her best in the past 4 years. She's excited to move on to university and is looking forward to new opportunities and experiences. Congratulations to the grad class of 2017.
Jessica Lane. Jessica would like to thank her family, friends, and coaches for continuously supporting her. She will always cherish the time she had on and off the volleyball court with her second family and hopes to one day travel the world, living life to the fullest.
Quinn Jenish. Quinn will be attending UBC to continue his academic and athletic career. He would like to thank his parents, coaches, and teachers for everything.
Annie Lay. Annie arrived at Mount Doug 2 years ago and appreciated how welcome everyone made her feel. She would like to thank her family for always supporting her to do her best.
David Chiang. David would like to thank all the teachers and friends for the support throughout the years.
Jody Lee. Thank you for all the support from her parents, teachers, and friends for helping her this 4 years. She has really enjoyed Mount Doug and had fun.
Terry Lee. Terry would like to thank his family and teachers for all of their support. Terry would also like to wish all of his fellow grads success and happiness in the future.
Jordan Marcoux. Jordan plans on traveling to Venice in Australia, as well as many other cities. He'd like to give a huge thank you to his family, especially his mom and his counselor who helped him get through high school. Jordan wishes the best of luck to all his friends.
So Yun Erica Lee. Erica spent 2 years at Mount Doug with a new culture and environment as an international student. She would like to thank her teachers, friends, and especially family for all their love and support to be a successful student at Mount Doug.
Pearl McClelland. Pearl will be attending the Health Information Science program at UVic in September and hopes to learn a lot. She thanks her parents for supporting her in whatever she wished to achieve, and her field hockey coach for pushing her to her limit. Hey now, you're an all-star.
Tyler Lamar Quind. Tyler would like to thank all the teachers and friends who made his 4 years at Mount Doug enjoyable. He hopes to go to university, travel frequently, and make a difference in the world. He also plans to live forever. So far, so good.
Matthew McHugh. Matthew will always be remembered as that guy who got tear-gassed over the summer. Don't ask.
Carolino. Kara would like to thank everyone who made her 4 years at Mount Doug unforgettable, especially her 6 closest friends and supportive family. Also, to the many amazing teachers over the years who have influenced her decision to go into UVic's elementary education program.
TJ McGregor. TJ came to Mount Doug not knowing many students, but he was welcomed with open arms. He'd like to thank his mom for raising him to be the man he is, his sisters for their guidance, his brother for teaching him patience, and his best friends, Sam and Con, for the great times.
Angie Lever. Angie would like to thank everyone and say it has been a pretty cool few years and hopes everyone has a happy summer.
Lily Mead. Lily would like to thank her teachers for accepting all of her mediocre assignments that she completed the day before they were due, as well as her parents, who care more about the effort put into assignments than the results.
Ethan Lee. Ethan would like to congratulate his family, teachers, and friends for somehow tolerating him for the past few years. He is extremely grateful for all their support and would like to thank them for all of their help and guidance.
Kay May. Kay would like to thank his friends and teachers. Thank you for your help. He enjoyed his time at Mount Doug. Never give up.
Ricky Lee. Ricky is as proud as ever to have spent the last 4 years growing among this beautiful and inspiring cohort of peers. He would like to thank his family and friends for making his high school experience successful and memorable.
Good job, Ricky. Good job. Congratulations.
Spencer Meldrum. Spencer would like to thank his mom and dad for encouraging him through school and making great meals.
Meijo Lee. Meijo is happy for her experience studying at Mount Doug for the past 3 years. She made so many friends and learned so much from her teachers. Thanks to all of you.
Paul Aldrian Mendoza Anibam. Life's way too short, so Paul prioritized pretty much everything else over his education. He struggled, but he had a great time, and to him, that's what matters. As a result, he humbly thanks his family, friends, teachers, and God for helping him graduate and experience a unique grad year.
Scott Lee. Scott wants to thank his parents and grandparents for the support they have given him. He also appreciates his friends and teachers to help him when times were tough. What he has learned from his years at Mount Doug is this: never give up.
Edward Miko. No matter what Edward did, there was always someone there to catch him when he fell. He would just like to say thank you to all the people who had his back throughout the years.
Peter Liu. Peter would like to thank his family and teachers for all of their support. Peter would also like to wish all of his fellow grads success and happiness in the future.
Matthew Miko. Matthew would like to thank his friends and teachers for supporting him throughout the years. But most importantly, he'd like to thank his mother and father for always believing in him and constantly pushing him to be the best person he could possibly be.
Eddie Liu. Your boy Eddie would like to thank all of the teachers who have taught and supported him throughout his 2 years. Furthermore, he would like to thank all of the coaches and teammates for a wonderful season. May these people achieve great things in life. It's all in the heart.
Love you, Eddie. Thanks for your time. Sabine Merler. Sabine is thankful for the time she has spent at Mount Doug and is excited to be going off to university where she hopes to study political science and history. Sabine's biggest goal is that she wants to change the world.
Justin Lowe. To be honest, Justin loves his school. From leadership to MUN to musical, there's limitless reasons to love his school. Justin would like to thank his parents and his girlfriend Kiki for their immense support and all of the teachers at Mount Doug for being so cool. Thank you all.
Love you, Kiki. Emma Moody. Emma will not be remembering anything from her experiences from high school, as she is now in the process of creating a 4-year-long repressed memory.
Jesus Lopez. Since Jesus' arrival in Canada, everyone has been nice to him and made him feel confident. He has improved his English, and he wants to say thank you for everything, especially to his homestay, who have supported him since the first day that they've met.
Riley Morgan. Riley had some memorable moments at Mount Doug, one being making it to the island playdowns for curling, a feat made possible by the talents of his teammates and the leadership of Mr. Newell. After high school, Riley plans to chase his Olympic dreams as a curler.
Andrew Lowe. Andrew has had a fun time at Mount Doug. He would like to thank all of his friends and his teachers for always supporting him in whatever he does. He would also like to thank everyone that he has met during his time at Mount Doug.
Alicia Murray. After graduation, Alicia hopes to travel the world, at least until she runs out of money. She thanks her teachers, family, and friends, and especially the baristas of Victoria for keeping her awake through most school days.
Adam Lowe. Adam would like to thank all of his friends for supporting him and pushing him through school and showing him that a little bit of hard work really goes a long way.
Taryn Nagra. Taryn would like to thank his teachers, friends, and family for helping him up to this point as he prepares to attend UVic next year under the BCOM program. He'd like to thank Tim Hortons for all the donuts and French vanillas they've sold him over the years.
Ashley Lowe. Ashley would like to thank everyone she looks up to for getting her through high school and also making her neck hurt.
Carlson Ng. Carlson will remember the good times in the badminton provincials. He'll be attending UVic in the Faculty of Engineering in September, and he'd like to thank his parents, sister, and his friends for all the support through the years.
Yifan Liu. Yifan would like to thank all of his friends and teachers for making his 4 years at Mount Doug truly amazing and unforgettable. This precious experience has taught him the wisdom that will benefit him for life. He'll be studying electrical engineering at the University of Toronto.
James Ng. James would like to thank all his friends and family who supported him through the years. His time spent at Mount Doug taught him a lot about himself and the world around him. Sometimes you have to say goodbye for a new hello. Time doesn't last forever, but memories do.
Joshua Lucas. Joshua would like to thank his family and teachers for all of their support. Joshua would also like to wish all of his fellow grads success and happiness in the future.
Alexis Nguyen. Throughout the last 4 years, Alexis has made lots of unforgettable memories. She got the opportunity to travel to Europe alongside her best friends. She'd like to thank everyone who made high school such a positive experience.
Sam Ma. Even though at times school was tough, the stress overwhelming, Sam was able to pull through it all with the help from his friends and family. With this chapter in his life over, he looks forward to taking the next step, university, where he plans to study computer science.
Lily Newen. Lily would like to thank her friends for the daily trips to Tim Hortons and for the great memories they have given her. Also, she also thanks her family, especially her mom, for always being her motivation.
Caitlin McGilvery. Caitlin would like to thank her family and teachers for all of their support. Caitlin would also like to wish all of her fellow grads success and happiness in the future.
Ming Ang Nguyen. Ang would like to thank his family and teachers for all their support. Ang would also like to wish all of his fellow grads success and happiness in the future.
Davis McGregor. After graduating, Davis hopes to travel to Europe and continue his schooling on the island and in Alberta. Davis's fondest moment of Mount Doug was winning South Islands with his curling team in his grade 11 year. Davis hopes his legacy will continue on in the rink.
Anthony Newen. Anthony would like to thank all of his teachers that taught him over the past 3 years at Mount Doug. He'd also like to thank his friends that have always been there for him, especially Paul Mendoza. He's always also in debt to his parents for raising him and allowing him to study abroad.
Bria McNeil Demaray. Bria would like to thank her friends and family for encouraging her and supporting her to do her best. It's been a memorable couple of years.
Francis Northwood. Francis would like to thank his parents and quite literally everyone. He was only here for his senior year, but he felt welcomed by everyone and he genuinely enjoyed what was a wonderful year.
Nick Majoros. Nick would like to thank his family and friends and all the staff at Mount Doug for the tremendous support over the past 4 years and hopes all for the best for the next grad class.
Alina Oberemska. Alina would like to thank her teachers and family for their support on the path to graduation.
Helen Mack. Helen doesn't know how these 4 years have passed, but she's glad that she made it in one piece. She will continue to pursue happiness after grad. She thanks God for watching her every step of the way and her parents and sister for their unconditional love and support.
Sean O'Hara. Sean arrived in Canada 3 years ago and has worked very hard to improve his level of English. He'd like to thank all of his teachers, family, and friends for their loving support. He couldn't have made it without you all.
Alyssa Marr. Alyssa would like to thank her family for always supporting her, as well as her teachers and coaches for pushing her to achieve her best.
Your hair looks amazing. Sorry, touched
it. Leah Oikawa Cave. Hey now, you're an all-star. Get your game on, go, play. Hey now, you're an all-star. Get the show on, get paid. And all that glitters is gold. Only shooting stars break the mold. Also, thanks Mama Oikawa and Papa Cave.
Tia Olenek. Tia would like to thank her family for their amazing support and countless drives out to Out Lake and her friends for always keeping her smiling. Tia had a blast rowing with Mount Doug and wishes the grads luck in whatever they do.
Isabel Shopper. Isabel would like to thank her family and friends for all their support and her teachers for pushing her to achieve her best throughout her time at Mount Doug. Most of all, Isabel would like to thank her dogs, Bonnie and Clyde, for loving her no matter what her grades were.
Marco Asobek. Marco would like to thank his parents for supporting him throughout his journey at Mount Douglas Secondary. He wishes his classmates the best of luck in this newest chapter of their lives.
Kyra Schroeder. Kyra will miss the good times that she had at Mount Doug. She would like to give special thanks to her teachers, apparently her coach, and friends for brightening her days, and her family for their love and support.
Takahiro Osuti. Takahiro would like to thank his family and teachers for all of their support. Takahiro would also like to wish all of his fellow grads success and happiness in the future.
Nicholas Shook. Nicholas transferred to Mount Doug in grade 10 to join the football program. His proudest moment was winning the Subway Bowl in grade 11. He would like to thank all the new friends he made along the way for making high school a great experience.
Melanie Osgunch. Melanie came to Canada 3 years ago. She would like to thank her mom for being her biggest supporter and her best friend. She would also like to thank her dad and hopes that he is proud of her while watching her from the sky. I did it, Dad.
Hayden Schwam. Hayden has had an amazing 4 years at Mount Doug. The friendships he's made along the way are ones that will last a lifetime. He would like to thank his friends and family for everything they do as he looks forward to studying at UVic next year.
Tyler Peng. Tyler will remember the good times on and off the ice, especially scoring the overtime winner in Game 5 of the playoff finals with the Victoria Cougars. Tyler thanks his friends, families, and coaches for all their support they had given him.
Jackson Schwam. Jackson would like to thank all of his family and friends for helping him throughout his 4 years at Mount Doug. He had a great time and is excited for his next chapter at UVic in the fall.
James Park. James would like to thank his family, friends, teachers, and God for making his last 4 years a truly amazing experience. James would also like to take this moment to thank his talking rice cooker for nourishing him with fresh, delicious steamed rice every morning.
Christy Selena. Christy will be taking a gap year to work and travel before going back to school for early childhood education. She would like to thank her mom and dad for the endless support and her friends for making school way more enjoyable.
Eugene Park. Eugene would like to thank her friends, teachers, and especially her parents for these past years. In the near future, she hopes to experience international exchange in Asia and Europe as her major goal in life is to explore new countries and interact with diverse people.
Michael Cerule. Michael has had an amazing time in high school. He has had the pleasure of meeting some of the nicest people and the best teachers at Mount Doug. Michael plans on going to university majoring in astrophysics.
Bryn Pierce. Mount Doug would like to thank Bryn for his years of service to the school and wishes him well on his post-secondary journey.
Veronica Severi. Veronica is an international student from Italy. Her plans for the future are to travel and to attend the University of Political Sciences. She would like to thank her family for giving her the support in this experience and all the people who made these months incredible.
Eugenia Peluso. Eugenia would like to thank her family and friends for helping her through this year and making it great. Her plan is to take a gap year and go volunteer abroad for a few months while working full-time.
Olti Shala. Olti would like to thank his family and friends for supporting him through high school and football. After high school, he plans to take criminal justice at Camosun and transfer to SFU to achieve his goal of becoming a police officer.
Lorena Peluso. Lorena will be attending university in the fall with hopes of pursuing a career in medicine. She would like to thank her teachers, friends, and family for the support they have given her to help reach her goals.
Naman Sharma. Naman knows he's a lot to deal with. Naman wants us to know that his spontaneity comes from a careful selection of Garfield comics. To end on life tips, always have a pen, notebook, and watch. Stay alert and understand that the fork is the ultimate utensil.
Sophia Peluso. Sophia would like to take a moment to thank her family for their love and support, and her teachers who are rarely acknowledged for being the absolute best. And lastly, to the grad class of 2017, if you have the courage to begin, you have the courage to succeed.
Amna Sharma. Amna will cherish the memories made over the past few years at Mount Douglas. She thanks her parents and teachers for supporting and motivating her to do her best. She plans on pursuing a career in medicine in the future.
Dane Pettyjohn. Dane would like to thank her teammates, fellow class members, and the nerds who filled these past 4 years with some of the greatest memories. Dane would also like to thank herself because, gosh darn it, she's the one who made it here. Catch you all on the flip side.
Sloan Sherman. Sloan is taking a gap year to pull together a portfolio before pursuing a career in the arts. She'd like to thank her teachers and family for all the support they've provided over the years, as well as all of the lovely friends she's made since grade 9.
Josh Ponchano. Josh arrived at Mount Doug 2 years ago and really appreciated how everyone treated him. Every day at Mount Doug has been fun and hopefully will continue for the next years. He would like to thank his family and friends, the faculty and staff, for the support they gave him.
Dongju Peter Shin. Peter may forget science, math, and English he learned at Mount Doug, but he will never forget Mr. Clement's crazy biology stories, musical with Mr. Y, or Mr. Dixon's wake-up calls. He will never forget the love he received at Mount Doug. Thank you, teachers, friends, Mom, and Dad.
Emma Quinn. Emma was new to Mount Doug this year, and she is thankful for all the lovely people she has met that made her feel right at home, despite being in a new place. She's also thankful to her parents and her grandma here who have always been there for her.
Sabrina Shum. Sabrina will definitely remember the good times she has spent at Mount Doug, which are full of laughter and tears. Also, she would like to take this opportunity to thank her family, friends, and teachers who have been supporting her for these 4 years.
Dylan Rados. Dylan would like to thank his family and teachers for all of their support. Dylan would also like to wish all of his fellow grads success and happiness in the future.
Carson Simonkovic. Carson will be attending the accounting program at Camosun this fall. He thanks his parents, siblings, and friends for helping him to get where he is today.
Shira Warwo. Shira would like to thank her family and teachers for all of their support. Shira would also like to wish all of her fellow grads success and happiness in the future.
Quinn Singh. Quinn plans to set aside the upcoming year to travel as she prepares herself to pursue a career in the arts. She would like to thank her friends for all the memories and her family for always being there to support her.
Olivia Reed. Olivia will be attending Blanche Macdonald, the #1 makeup school in Canada, in July. She would like to thank Miss Dukes, thank you, Olivia, and Tammy Reed, Miss Ibrahim, for getting her through school. She would also like to thank her dad and her stepmom for always coming through for her.
Ranil Singh. Ranil would like to thank his teachers and friends for an amazing 4 years at Mount Doug. Also, a special thanks to Starbucks for assisting with his late-night procrastinations. Good luck to all the grad students.
Megan Reese Millward. Megan has enjoyed her 2 years at Mount Doug. She wishes to thank the staff and her friends for supporting her through her 2 knee surgeries during grade 11. Megan will be playing soccer for the University of Victoria and aiming for a kinesiology program at UVic.
Miranda Skelly. Miranda would like to thank her friends and family for all their support through these years. Natalie Richardson. Natalie is excited to head to Japan this summer before attending UVic's Faculty of Science in the fall. She would like to thank her incredible family, teachers, and Girl Gang members for their support. And no, she doesn't play basketball, so please stop asking. Gabby Smith. Gabby would like to thank her mother for being her best friend, her grandparents for their love and support, the Ronald McDonald House for giving her an amazing childhood, and the doctors at Portland Shriners Hospital for giving her the chance to be a normal kid. Elise Riviera. Elise would like to thank her friends, family, for everything they've done for her. She dedicates this achievement to her mother, grandparents, Aunt Ina, and all of her relatives back home in the Philippines. All her thoughts and prayers are for them tonight. Carissa Smithson. Carissa will be attending Academy of Excellence in September for the hairdressing program, followed by the aesthetics program. She would like to thank her parents and Aunt Tanya for always believing in her, being a shoulder to lean on, and pushing her to pursue her dreams. Musab Sad. Musab would like to thank his parents for helping him to be the person he is today. He would also like to thank all of his teachers at Mount Doug, and a special shout out to Mr. Sumner for convincing him to join the aviation program. Nile Sandagar. Nile would like to thank his friends, teachers, and family for making the last 4 years of his life extraordinary. He made memories that he'll never forget, and some that he wishes he could forget. Nile will always be remembered for his willingness to help others. Alexi Sancho. Sorry. Alexi's time at Mount Doug was a blast, but his time at high school is done. As he continues to grow in learning more about adulthood, he would like to thank his parents and sister for telling him to keep his foot on the pedal, and all his teachers for encouraging him to do his best. Julian Sparks. Julian would like to thank his mom for not kicking him out of the house, even though she had many opportunities to reasonably do so. Mook sang on. Finally, Grad. Mook has had a wonderful 3 years at Mount Doug. She has met some cool friends along the way. She would like to thank her teachers, friends, and her family for always being there for her. A special thanks to Alicia Chung for fixing her grammar, LOL. Cassidy Steen. Cassidy plans on getting a degree in sports management. She has been an excellent athlete all through school. Her biggest win was at the Oregon State High School Track and Field Championships in 2016, where she won the 3,000-meter steeplechase. She also loves to figure skate. Sudi Sapkoka. These 2 years at Mount Doug for Sudi have been the most memorable and unique experiences in her life. She would like to thank her mom, dad, and family for supporting her all these years. Memories with Natalie, Sloan, Frankie, Shira, and Vita were her most cherished memories. She will be studying at UVic starting this September in the Faculty of Biology, and last but not least, Mount Doug rocks. Guy Stoppy. Guy would like to thank his family, friends, and his robotics team for making him the guy he is today. Sam Sartbrandt-Slip. Sam would like to thank his family and teachers for all of their support. Sam would also like to wish all of his fellow grads success and happiness in the future.
Oliver Way. Oliver appreciates the time spent with his friends and teachers at Mount Doug. He really enjoyed lessons with Mr. Quast and Mr. Ferreira, and he hopes that Mount Doug will become better every year.
Prashant Tataparki. Prashant thanks his coaches, family, and friends for continued support. While on the path to becoming an engineer, he will remember all the great memories made at school and on the basketball court.
Layla Weinerman. Layla is grateful for the many talented and entertaining people with whom she has had the fortuity to be acquainted. She would like to thank her friends for the entertainment, the adventures, and the exposure to things of which a homeschooler would never be aware.
Mizuki Takanashi. Mizuki came to Mount Doug this year and spent a wonderful year. She'd like to thank her parents and host family who have been incredibly supportive. She'd also like to extend a big thank you to her friends for making this this year the greatest ever.
Emmeline Wingert. Emmeline would like to thank her family and all of her friends for making the past 4 years a lot easier and a lot more fun. Her goal upon graduation is to overcome her deeply rooted aversion to homework in order to succeed at university.
Jen Tan. Jen will be attending the Royal Military College of Canada in September to study aeronautical engineering before pursuing a career as a pilot. She'd like to thank her parents for their continued support and those at Mount Doug who always pushed Jen to her limit.
Kai Wingfield. Kai plans to work, travel, and hopefully find a career about which he is passionate. He would like to thank his parents for their support and encouragement, as well as all his friends for a great 4 years at Mount Doug.
Joy To. Joy would like to thank her friends for intensifying the good times and muting the bad. She thanks her parents for the acceptance of everything that she is. She thanks her brother for the shoes. Joy will be attending whatever course that allows her to earn them fat stacks.
Darren Wong. Darren arrived at Mount Doug 2 years ago and would like to thank all his teachers and friends for making his years here so memorable. He would also like to thank all his friends that drove him for his daily trips to Tim's, and he wishes everyone at Mount Doug farewell.
Matthew Thibodeau. Throughout Matthew's high school career, he competed at the highest level in multiple sports, achieved a staggering grade average, and provided a source of inspiration for many. Mount Doug is sad to see him go. Next year, he'll be studying science and running varsity at UVic.
Jessie Wong. Jessie would like to thank her friends,
Ready?
Sabrina and Janice, her parents and her homestay family that encouraged her when she was upset. She was really glad that she had a warm homestay family. She will not forget all of the good memories they helped make for her.
Emily Travers Smith. Emily plans to pursue business studies. She'd like to thank her parental units for supporting her throughout her life. Emily aspires to become like her cat, Tigger, who is a blob. Shout out to her amazing sister, Ham.
Sam Woodland. Sam would like to give a huge shout out to her Mount Doug volleyball team and coaches and thank them for the memories that she will cherish for the rest of her life. She would especially like to thank Kyra for setting her dimes since grade 10. She will miss those buttery hands.
Lillian Tsai. Lillian's time at Mount Doug has been nothing but memorable. She'd like to thank her teachers and friends for their encouragement and ability to cheer her up, and ultimately, her family for support and patience. Lillian wishes everyone the best in their future endeavors.
Angela Shea. Angela has had a wonderful experience at Mount Doug through the positivity of her friends and huge support and encouragement of her family. She looks up to her teachers as she hopes to become one in the future with the same amount of dedication and hard work they display.
Haruna Ueji. Haruna would like to thank her amazing teachers, friends, and family for supporting her through 4 years at Mount Doug. She hopes to become a doctor in the future and buy her parents a new car to replace the one she crashed this year.
Elena Shea. Elena spent 2 years at Mount Doug and appreciated the people who helped her. She loves her friends and teachers and feels happiness when she is with them. With their support, she believes that she will have much more courage to face difficulties that she may face in the future.
Sho Ueno. Sho is an international student from Japan. He thanks his soccer teammates and coach for a lot of times he spent in Canada. He will especially cherish the the memory of the game against Reynolds.
Jerry Seong. Jerry was all alone when he took his first step into Mount Doug. Now he can proudly take his last step at Mount Doug with his friends that helped him conquer through adversity. He thanks his friends, family, and teachers for molding him into the best individual he can be.
Daniel Umali. One of Daniel's proudest accomplishments in high school was through Miss Parkinson's marketing class, as Daniel is the recipient of the Keg Spirit Foundation Next Generation Leaders Award. Daniel says that the harder you work, the greater the reward.
Smiley Shu. Smiley thanks every teacher and every staff member in the school for letting her have wonderful high school memories. To be a student at Mount Doug is the best thing in her life, and she feels so lucky to have met her forever friend, Amanda.
Tanvi Upreti. Tanvi's 2 years at Mount Douglas were an enriching experience for her. Aspiring to become an engineer, she is grateful to her teachers and parents for their support. A karate black belt and a trained classical dancer, Tanvi wants to achieve excellence in all her future endeavors.
Maggie Shu. Maggie arrived at Mount Doug 1 year ago, and she thanks her parents for the chance to come and study in Canada. She really enjoyed her time here. She will remember the good times at Mount Doug.
Jayana Van Brabrand. Jayana would like to thank her family and friends for supporting her throughout these years and hopes to continue to make them proud as she goes on to pursue a career in the computer sciences.
Eric Young. Eric would like to thank his buddies and teachers for their patience and encouragement in helping him improve his academics. He has had an amazing time during his time at Mount Doug.
Saul Van Everdingen. Saul is most thankful for all the support that his family has given him for his education. He'd like to say a big thank you to Mr. Sprigg for introducing him to the golf team and always having his back. Saul also wishes all the best to the rest of his teachers.
Tiffany Yee. It has been a great 3-year adventure for Tiffany, and she loved her time at Mount Doug and in Victoria. Living without her family, she has always been supported by her friends, roommates, and host. She would like to thank Connie for coming up to her because of her appearance.
Santiago Villegas. Santiago would like to thank MD for opening a spot in their grad class. Although he attended Mount Doug for 1 semester, it felt like home with all the people that helped him in his classes. Special thanks to Ms. Paquin and the ISP for allowing him to study among the greatest in Canada.
Peter Yin. Peter would like to thank his friends and teachers for encouraging him to do his best, even when times were tough. What Peter has learned from these years at Mount Doug is this: never give up. Thanks, Mount Doug.
Colin Vowles. Colin has spent the past 4 years at Mount Doug and has taken many interesting classes, everything from chemistry to programming and even the dual credit history course, which has prepared him for the future through higher expectations through the post-secondary system.
Cam Yonita. Cam would like to thank Mr. Clements for his outstanding support, as well as the staff of the resource room for their patience and guidance. He is looking forward to traveling the world and continuing with his passions in motocross and photography.
Ryan Wakeland. Ryan would like to thank his friends and family for putting up with him and helping him through high school. Ryan is excited to spend the next year working and traveling with his friends and family. He hopes to study criminology in the fall of 2018.
John Yoon. John will be attending the Faculty of Sciences at UVic in September before transferring to UBC's Faculty of Dentistry. He thanks his parents, siblings, and friends for the support they have given him and for putting up with his stubbornness.
Phil Walker. Phil would like to thank all his friends and family for the strong support throughout high school. Phil would also like to thank all the EAs for the help. Shout out to Trish and Katie. Go Rounds.
Jenny Yu. Jenny is grateful for all the lemons that life has thrown at her and is thankful for her teachers, friends, and family's unconditional support. She couldn't have made it here without you all. Thanks for being the sugar in life's cup of coffee.
Joseph Waller. Joseph will be going into computer science at UVic next year. He has enjoyed his IT classes and the Challenge program. He looks forward to his time at UVic.
Alyssa Yu. Alyssa arrived to Mount Doug a year and a half ago and appreciated how welcome everyone made her feel. She would like to thank every friend she made here, and she was grateful for the love and care from her teachers and parents. Our friendship will last forever long.
Amanda Wayne. Amanda would like to thank her family for their support and also her teachers and friends at Mount Doug for being part of the amazing memories in her life. She is excited for her future endeavors, and she would like to wish her best friend, Smiley, best luck with hers.
Nicole Young. Nicole wants to thank her friends, family, and teachers for always pushing her to work hard and do her best, no matter what.
Melody Wong. Melody has enjoyed the last 4 years at Mount Doug, but is more than ready to leave Victoria. She hopes to fulfill her aspirations by continuing with dance in the future. Her thanks go to her amazing friends and family, as she would not be where she is today without them.
Trillian Zamet. Trillian would like to thank her friends and Mount Doug for a truly unique high school experience. She is excited to continue her education at the University of Alberta and wishes all grads the best of luck with their life adventures.
Ruby Wang. Ruby arrived at Mount Doug 1 year ago and appreciated how friendly everyone was to her. She would like to thank all her friends and teachers and her teachers will always be with her and made her better. She will also remember all the good memories that happened at Mount Doug.
Ray Shen Zhang. Ray Shen arrived to Mount Doug 3 years ago without any friends. Ping Bai is the first one who broke his heart and released him from his own isolation. Ray Shen would like to thank her for staying with him in these worst days and all his friends for accompanying him during these 3 years.
Erin Waterchief. Erin will be continuing her education. Erin will be continuing her education for the next 4 years to work in schools later on in life. She'd like to thank her parents and siblings for the support when it was needed. She'd also like to thank Mr. Quast and Mr. Griffin for making hard classes enjoyable.
Benjamin Zhang. Ben thanks his parents, friends, and teachers. The picture of the mind revives again, while here Ben stands, not only with the sense of present pleasure, but with pleasing thoughts that in this moment there is life and food for future years.
Chris Way. Chris would like to thank all his teachers. Special thanks to Miss Ibrahim and Mr. Sprigg for always keeping in touch with him. Also thanks to Mr. Sumner and Mr. Vanaker for giving him a great experience in all his shop classes. As well, thanks to his family and friends.
Annie Zhu. Annie will pursue a software engineering degree inspired by her parents and land an above-average income job to help her create an online banking business in her retirement years. She greatly appreciates her parents' decision to immigrate to the west side of Canada and raise her in this prime lifestyle. Annie wishes the best of luck to everyone.
Chase Weber. According to all known laws of aviation, this person shouldn't be able to fly. His tiny body shouldn't be able to lift his great mind from the ground. But he does it anyway, because Chase Weber doesn't care what humans think is impossible.
we have 2 grad chairs. And no, I'm not talking about some sort of furniture. Here, with a brief message on behalf of the grad class are Haruna Uweji and Gavin Ho.
Thanks to everyone joining us tonight. My name is Gavin.
And my name is Haruna.
With the pleasure of representing this amazing grad class as grad chairs, this past year has been extraordinary. It's been an honor for us to hold this title, as well as to work with the Grad Council to make Grad 2017 memorable for all of us.
Speaking of which, we would like to call all members of Grad Council to take a stand. These 30 students are the backbone to all of our grad events, and we would like to recognize them with a round of applause for their hard work. Throughout 2017, our grad class has shared memories of bonding at the winter semi-formal, watching friends be hypnotized at the grad lock-in, and 3 nights from now, we will either be overprotective of the expensive dresses we bought just for the one night,
Or we'll be stuffing our faces and getting buffet all over our suits and tuxes. One memory, though, that we will never forget is the night that we all turn our tassels, which I've noticed a lot of people have forgotten, and throwing our caps in the air together. It is thanks to the parents and guardians in the audience right now that we are able to experience and enjoy an awesome grad year. Whether it was that time you nagged us to wash the dishes, or the first time you let go of us in kindergarten, when we cried and you guys went home to celebrate, we are grateful and appreciative of all these things you have done for us.
It is also thanks to the teachers, principals, and the office staff for their patience and guidance. Without them, our grad class would be doomed. Gavin and I would like to thank our teacher sponsor, Mrs. Parkinson, for all the assistance and guidance she has provided us with. She is the main reason that all of the grad events have run so smoothly, as she puts in a tremendous amount of her time and effort towards making our grad year a one to remember.
Lastly, Haruna and I would like to say congratulations to all the grads for making it to the end of high school. We are a group of innovative and creative students who will push boundaries and make this world a better place, even in small ways.
The knowledge that we gained and the memories that we made from Mount Doug will stay with us through the rest of our lives as we walk out those halls on the last day of school.
Thank you.
Thank you, Gavin and Haruna.
Now, Mr. Green, you said that this year's grad class is nice, but are they special?
Sure, everybody's special.
What I mean is, are they special enough to receive a special presentation?
Well, if you mean, do they deserve to be serenaded under the moonlight, under the Farquhar stage lights, then sure, they're special.
A serenade? Well, what we need is a handsome man. No, 3 handsome men.
Okay, so there's me. There's you.
Wait, not that kind of handsome. They need to be able to focus on the words.
Oh, okay, so how about Mr. Luger, Mr. Horton, and Mr. Quast?
No, wait a minute. Which Mr. Quast?
The less distracting one.
Please welcome Mr. Luger, Mr. Horton, and Mr. Jeremy Quast.
This is for you, grads. And families.
Open up the ginger ale. Pop! It's Mount Doug, come on, turn it up. The bell rings in the AM and the day begins. Y'all done this before, teachers agree with friends. Grab a chair, desk, tell homies what you did.
What you up to, homie?
Waiting for the bell so you can split. Sometimes school not lit, and you wanna quit. But you know Ram is a player too legit to quit. Welcome to Mount Doug. Young Rams take control now. You got Grad going down. Soon you'll have to go on. Welcome to Mount Doug. Young Grad's feeling cool now. Hope y'all know the lowdown. Soon you'll have to move on. Welcome to Mount Doug. Peace out from Mount Doug.
Morning comes and you know that you wanna stay. Close your eyes, see it's all gonna be okay. 4 years, couple tears, all playing same game. Gowns on looking fresh, sitting on this stage. Sometimes you'll be stressing, but you'll do big things. Yeah, we know what you is. 2017,
Wicked, welcome to Mount Doug. Young Rams take control now. You got Grad going down. Soon you'll have to go on. Welcome to Mount Doug. Young Grad's feeling cool now. Hope y'all know the lowdown. Soon you'll have to move on. Welcome to Mount Doug. Peace out from Mount Doug.
Mount Doug, empty off the value spot you pad. But my mount is your Doug when you're rolling it back. Excuse me if the hallways are draining the grads. Didn't go like you planned, but still had lots of laughs. Homeroom, lunchtime, bell rings last. You're graduating now, so there ain't no turning back. Another selfie, friends, make the moments truly last. It's your night, Mount Doug Grad.
Get ready. Welcome to Mount Doug. Young Rams take control now. You got Grad going down. Soon you'll have to go on. Welcome to Mount Doug. Young Grad's feeling cool now. Hope y'all know the lowdown. Soon you'll have to move on. Welcome to Mount Doug. Peace out from Mount Doug. Peace out from Mount Doug. Peace out from Mount Doug.
Good job, Red. All right.
Thanks, gentlemen, for bridging my generation and theirs with such finesse. Our valedictorians for 2017, as selected by the graduating class, are Renata Baldwin and Ricky Lee. Please welcome them.
Renata, do you know what day it is?
Manicure day.
No. It's our graduation ceremony. And I feel like we have something very important to do.
I'm pretty sure after my nails, I was supposed to, graduate.
You know what? It's okay. I brought a bag full of everything we might need for a perfect valedictorian speech.
Are you sure this is gonna work?
Well, it's worth a shot. Let's start with the bag.
Corn?
Yes, corn. Can't you see? The corn is where it all started. Every year, Mount Doug puts on a corn roast in September. It's a welcome back event for returning students, but for grade 9s, it's a welcome to Mount Doug event. This was our first chance to get together as a cohort and meet new people while enjoying some steaming hot buttered corn. Not only did the corn stay in our teeth, but the new friends we made stayed by our side.
Pretty corny. We learned a lot those first couple of months, that the gym is not a thoroughfare, to avoid the grad square, and how to sneak food in the library right next to the sign that says no food or drink.
Renata, Mr. Colantonio could be around here anywhere.
And after countless times of fiddling with our locks at our lockers
I'm still doing that.
and desperately searching for somewhere to sit at lunch,
I'm also still doing that.
I think most of us can say we finally figured it out.
And if you haven't figured it out already, there isn't much time left.
But wait, I feel like we're missing something. Aha, a fruit roll-up. This takes me back even further.
Can I get some?
Trade you for the corn.
You wish.
Hold up. I just had the biggest deja vu. Back in elementary school, I was quite the hustler. There was this one kid in particular I used to make deals with.
Renata, I don't think this is a good time to be telling me the story.
Not that kind of deal. No, it was just good old-fashioned food trading. Fruit roll-ups were mostly a special occasions kind of thing at my house. Birthday parties, Super Bowl victories. But I was crazy about them. This one kid had them every single day in his lunch, so I was pretty jealous. Well, it turned out that juice boxes were just as big of a deal for him as fruit roll-ups were for me. So we actually made it a regular trade. Believe it or not, that same kid is in our grad class today. Just goes to show how the relationships and connections we made way back in elementary school can last far into the future.
Even though our class is splitting up next year, it's simple exchanges that connect us as Rams, from borrowing a pen in math class to trading smiles in the hallway. And both ways, they both make lasting impressions.
I wish we could remember everything.
Well, we don't have to. Thanks to our amazing student photographers, these books are filled with memories from the past 4 years. All the goofy haircuts and fashion trends of our grade 9 days.
Like silly bands.
Silly bands? Renata, that was like 2010. There's no way silly bands were a trend when we were in high school.
Right. Obviously, no one wears those anymore. Let me take a look. Man, these things are full of school spirit.
Yeah, look at all the pep rallies, and talent shows, and awkward school dances.
Awkward for you, maybe.
Hey, in 2014, my dance moves were flames.
It's funny how all the years seem to blend into one another. It feels like the day before yesterday, we were starting our very first day of grade 1 with a mixture of fear and excitement.
Except back then, we had cubbies instead of lockers. And each year, we got a little bit more independent.
There wasn't a thought in our minds about our high school graduation.
I was just thinking about how far away recess was.
Weren't we all? The same parents that had to pack our bags, make our lunches,
tie our shoes, braid our hair,
and make us wear those big, puffy jackets are now about to send us out into the world to fend for ourselves.
I know it seems crazy that one minute we can't do our own laundry, and all of a sudden, we're responsible for everything in our lives, from school to work. But it's not that different from the first day when our parents were leaving us, sniffling in the cloakroom.
Who was sniffling, the parents or us?
Both, I guess.
I remember this. We were only in grade 9 when the teachers did that Dora the Explorer skit for Santa's breakfast.
That was pretty awesome. But check out this pep rally, though. All the grades had to compete in a relay. And it looks like the competitors had to down a jar of baby food?
Ew. Oh, and here's Mr. Ferreira getting duct taped to the wall outside. I wonder what comes after Mount Doug for Grad 2017.
Wait till you see the next cool thing in my backpack.
Wait, what? You don't even vape.
No, the other thing. There it is. That spaceship is just what we need to launch us into our future after high school. Some of us are going to university, while others are working or exploring the world. But either way, high school has been one heck of a launching pad.
I know that when thinking about the next chapter of our lives, many grads are relieved to be moving on. But there's still a ton of things they're going to miss about Mount Doug.
Yeah, that place has been our home for the past 4 years. And many of the things that used to scare us about it at first, now just seem like part of the furniture.
Like Mr. Boulding.
Yes, like Mr. Boulding. we quickly learned that he's really just a tall, friendly, hairless giant.
High school has been a safe place for us. And although moving on may seem scary, just remember that all first days can be scary, but it's what awaits us on the other side that ends up being worth it.
Grads, be excited about moving forward. And parents, be not only proud of our current achievements, but be ready to watch us achieve more.
It's like they say, if you love something, let it go.
Nice.
Thought I would need it, eventually. It's up to us as we enter adulthood to use our own unique skill sets to their full potential so as to improve the world for generations to come.
We owe it to everyone who has helped us get this far.
There's so many people to thank.
Which reminds me. Started from the bottom, now we're here. That's a rap song, isn't it? Oh. If I could rearrange the alphabet, I would put you and I don't know how that got there. Okay, here we go. In the words of Melody Beattie, gratitude makes sense of the past, brings peace for today, and creates a vision for tomorrow.
As students, we can all agree that Mount Doug has been a great experience. Otherwise, we wouldn't be here today. The past 4 years have shaped who we are, and we want to acknowledge everyone in the audience for all you've done for us. Teachers, whether giving math help at lunch,
Or teaching us not to be late to class.
we want to thank you for all the wisdom you've passed down.
Big shout out to Mr. Verhagen and Ms. Prevost for helping us graduate, starting all the way back in Planning 10.
And we also appreciate the administration so much for making Mount Doug run like a charm.
How can we forget all the family and friends who are there to support us every step of the way?
Thanks for making my lunch every day, Mom.
Oh yeah, thanks, Miss Baldwin. She traded me for the...
Ricky doesn't know about that.
Our parents and guardians have been by our sides since day one. Whether we were into sports, music, fine arts, or science, they would bring us, mostly on time, to every practice, meeting, or game to help us follow our passions.
We are who we are because of you. So on behalf of Grad 2017, thank you.
I think there's one more thing in the bag.
Keys.
Keys. They're not just keys. These are the keys to the gate, to the path, to the door that leads to the portal of freedom that we'll be walking through this June. Over and over, we've been learners in new schools, and we're ready to do it again. Whether it be university or the school of life, it's time for us to enter adulthood.
As we wish our fellow grads good luck in all their future endeavors, we want to remind them of our school motto: there's no reward without effort. So whatever we do, we should give it 110%.
That's right, Renata. So grads of 2017, congratulations. We've made it. Oh, and by the way, do you need a ride home?
Oh yeah, thanks, dude. Wait, watch the nails.
Let's hear it one more time for Renata and Ricky. Ms. Parkinson is presenting the valedictorian stole to Renata and Ricky. Now, our grad sponsor, Miss Donna Parkinson, brings tireless energy and dedication to our school. She's the snap to our chat. We're both her friend and her follower. She's way smarter than her phone. Here to introduce our grad song and later offer closing remarks, Miss Parkinson.
Thank you very much. Except I'm going to do this in the opposite order. I'm going to do the closing remarks first, and then we'll end with our very special grad song. So, as we near the end of the evening, and before our final act of the night, when we know that you will all enjoy, I'd like to invite our choir to come down and wait in the wings for us. When we're ready for you, you'll come back out on stage. I'd also like to take a moment to thank everyone that helped put this event on tonight. To all of our guests, speakers, as well as our Mount Doug speakers, we thank you for spending your evening with us and sharing your thoughtful words. To our incredible staff, they say it takes a village to raise a child. Well, we sure know it also takes a village, or at least a community of awesome staff members, to put on a grad ceremony. There are staff helpers performing on the stage. There's staff helpers behind the scenes. There's so many. Magic, there's smoke and mirrors going on back there, you don't even know. And we'll bring them out here later for you to meet them as well. They're ushering students in place and making the magic appear on stage behind us. Thank you to all of our staff. And a big thank you to our teacher band, our teacher special presentation singing group, as well as all of the people who are going to be playing in the band and the choir, so on, in a few moments. Thank you to all of those. Thank you to our hosts, Mr. Ben Green and Mr. Alan Williams. I told you they would entertain you, and I'm sure you feel they have. Finally, a special and heartfelt thank you to Mr. Norris and Mr. Kidd, who were our grad ceremony directors for this evening. Everyone has been amazing to work with, so on behalf of the grads, thank you, thank you, thank you for all your efforts to make this night so memorable for our Mount Doug family. So to everybody who's been a part of this, let's all give great thanks. So at this point, I just want to remind everybody that when we do end the evening, that there is a reception over at the UVic Commons building, and when the grads exit from the stage, the parents will follow along behind them. You can meet up with your student grad outside or in the foyer and then make your way to the Commons building. You'll just go back, grad, you'll go back down the pathway that you lined up on, and then you'll turn left, and there'll be someone leading and you can follow along, okay? So everybody can come there for a light reception. It's now time to introduce our song. It's a very, very special part of the evening. The grads have been preparing for hours. And I'm sure you're going to love it. The song the grads are about to sing is very appropriate for the evening. We're confident that a lot of you will know this song, and we encourage you, encourage you to sing along with them and enjoy yourself as they will enjoy themselves. Right, grads? Right. So, from the Mount Doug family to all of you, we present the grad song, Ain't No Mountain High Enough. And grads, you may, actually we'll get Mr. Williams in. Yes, we'll have the choir come forward now and prepare. fun. Thank you to everybody for that wonderful sing-along. And those hours really paid off, team. Those hours paid off. Okay, grads, you stay standing, yes. And parents, now you need to get your cameras ready, phones, cameras, whatever you have. We have a moment that is going to be special for a lifetime. So get ready, cameras in place. Are you ready out there? Okay, grads, you're ready here? On my cue. Ladies and gentlemen, for the final time this evening, I would like to present to you the Mount Douglas graduates of 2017.
I got this feeling inside my bones. It goes electric wavy when I turn it on. Off from my city, off from my home. We're flying up, no ceiling when we in our zone. I got that sunshine in my pocket, got that good soul in my feet. I feel that hot blood in my body when it drops. Ooh, I can't take my eyes off of it, moving so phenomenally. You're more like the way we rock it, so don't stop. And under the lights when everything goes, nowhere to hide when I'm getting you close. When we move, well, you already know. So just imagine. Nothing I can see but you when you dance, dance, dance. Feel good, good creeping up on you. So just dance, dance, dance. Come on. All those things I shouldn't do, but you dance, dance, dance. And ain't nobody leaving soon, so keep dancing. I can't stop the feeling. So just dance, dance, dance. So just dance, dance, dance. Come on. Ooh, it's something magical. It's in the air, it's in my blood, it's rushing on. I don't need no reason, don't need control. I fly so high, no ceiling when I'm in my zone. Cause I got that sunshine in my pocket, got that good soul in my feet. I feel that hot blood in my body when it drops. Ooh, I can't take my eyes off of it, moving so phenomenally. You're more like the way we rock it, so don't stop, stop, stop. Under the lights when everything goes, nowhere to hide when I'm getting you close. When we move, well, you already know. So just imagine. Nothing I can see but you when you dance, dance, dance. Feel good, good creeping up on you. So just dance, dance, dance. Come on. All those things I shouldn't do, but you dance, dance, dance. And ain't nobody leaving soon, so keep dancing. I can't stop the feeling. So just dance, dance, dance. So just dance, dance, dance. So just dance, dance, dance. I can't stop the feeling, yeah. So keep dancing. Oh, yeah, yeah. I can't stop the. 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 Nothing I can see but you when you dance, dance, dance. Feel good, good creeping up on you. So just dance, dance, dance. Come on. All those things I shouldn't do, but you dance, dance, dance. And ain't nobody leaving soon, so keep dancing. Everybody say. Feeling.